So look at how beautiful these are. They haven't cooled all the way, so you can still see that ooey gooey cookie. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that looks. And like I said, these are really crumbly, but we're just gonna go in. These are my favorite cookies. You want some cookies? I got you cookies. What makes these double chocolate cookies extra chocolatey is the actual chocolate chunks that go into it. So now we're gonna chop up our chocolate. This is about 18 ounces of a semi-dark chocolate. It's about maybe 72% dark. We're gonna chop that into chunks, put it in our bowl and set it aside until we mix it into our dough. So we're just gonna take a knife and chop this up. Now you could use chocolate like morsels, like chocolate chips if you wanted to too. I just kind of prefer the way that a chopped up block of chocolate melts into the cookie itself. So that's why I'm going with it this way, but just a good rough chop to get it into bite-size-ish pieces. Once your chocolate is totally chopped up, or if you're skipping that part, what you're gonna wanna do is get 4 cups of flour into your bowl. So I like to measure my flour by first getting it in a measuring cup, putting it in a sifter, and I promise you will not regret using a sifter for it, putting it in a sifter and sifting it out. Now we're gonna mix together our dry ingredients. So we have our sifted flour. This is about 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Dump that on in there. And this is 1 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. So put that on in there, and this is unsweetened cocoa powder. And of course, a pinch of salt. And then give that a good mix until everything is well dispersed throughout the bowl. Now it's time for us to put our wet ingredients together. Well, I guess you could call them wet ingredients, but you're gonna wanna cream together your butter, sugar, as well as your vanilla extract. So we're gonna use 4 sticks of butter. That's gonna be 2 cups. Unsalted butter right into your mixer. Now we're gonna get that going on a little bit of a faster speed, and while that's going, we're going to add our regular granulated sugar. And then our brown sugar. The granulated sugar is about 1/3 cup. Our brown sugar is about 1 1/4 cups. Now while that's working, you can add your vanilla extract. We're gonna do about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And just give the sides a good scrape to get everything it's been missing. And now we're gonna slowly incorporate our dry ingredients. So we have our hot cocoa, not hot cocoa looking mixture right here, and just slowly start pouring it in there. And then you're gonna increase speed as it gets a little bit thicker. Once you have everything looking like a big dough ball, it is time to add those chocolates that we chopped up earlier. So we're just gonna fold these in so you can pour them right on in there, and then gently fold them into the mixture. Now it's gonna look like there are a lot of chocolates in here, which there are, but that is a good thing because these are going to give our cookies a really ooey gooey like fudginess. It's gonna be so good. And just fold these in until it looks like everything is kind of evenly dispersed throughout the mixture. And once you've got it in your bowl, it's time to cover it with plastic wrap and keep it in the fridge until it's nice and cool. It should take about 2 to 4 hours. All right, we've had our cookie dough in the fridge and it's nice and cool now. We took it out for a little bit just to get it a little bit softened because it's easier to scoop that way. But you do want to make sure that your dough is chilled before you go on to this next step. Our toaster oven is preheating to 350, and then we are going to take a scoop of our dough. I like using a ice cream scoop for this part just because it gets about the right cookie size. And then you're gonna roll it into puck shapes. So what that means, you get it in your hand and you get it kind of looking like this, puck shape. And then you place it down on your lined cookie sheet top with a little bit of salt. And this is gonna really bring out the flavor of that dark chocolate. And then once we have all of that done and our cookie sheet lined, we're gonna bake it at 350 for 11 minutes, and halfway through, so at 5.5 minutes, you're gonna turn the cookie sheet. You're not gonna turn the cookies over, but you're gonna spin the cookie sheet so that you get an even disbursement of heat from both the front and the back. So let's do that maybe 4 or 5 more times. All right, once we've taken our cookies out of the oven, you're gonna see they've spread apart a little bit, but they haven't spread too much. I'm so tempted to grab one of them right now, but I'm gonna wait until they cool off a little bit, and then we're gonna put them on our cooling rack and show you just how ooey gooey and delicious these cookies are. Once your cookies are cool enough to move, we can transfer them on to our cooling rack. Now you wanna be careful not to transfer them too early, because these are really fragile and crumbly cookies. They go really good with like coffee, especially that dark chocolate taste, and they crumble really easily. Once your cookies are cool, it is time for the taste test. So look at how beautiful these are. They haven't cooled all the way, so you can still see that ooey gooey cookie. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that looks. And like I said, these are really crumbly, but we're just gonna go in. These are my favorite cookies. Perfect with milk, coffee, by itself, whatever. Make these. You won't regret it.